For this project today, we're going to be using two colors of Bobbiny's 3mm braided cord and a 6.5mm crochet hook, a darning needle, and some scissors, and maybe a pair of glasses or sunglasses to use as a guide. For round one, take your lighter color, either your natural, your beige, or your off-white. That's going to be our center. We're going to start with a magic ring. I like to use the magic ring with this braided cord. It's a little thicker and I think it's easier to work with. To do that, you leave your tail facing down. Wrap the cord around 3 fingers. Flip your hand over and make an X. Using your pinky, you can squeeze that cord so it holds it in place. Now take your crochet hook, go under the first cord, pull the second under and twist. Now you have a loop on your hook. We need to chain. So take your hook and wiggle that yarn up with your pinky. Chain 1 to lock it in place. Now that you created your magic ring, we need to chain 2 more, so we have a total of 3. So yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. This chain is going to act like our first double crochet. For this center portion, we're going to create clusters. We need to create 2 more double crochet stitches for our first cluster. Make sure you pull your ring to the left. To do a double crochet, you yarn over, stick your hook through the ring, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. We need 1 more. Yarn over in the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. As you work these clusters, make sure you squeeze those stitches together and tighten your ring by pulling on the tail. Now chain 2. We're going to create another cluster. This time we're going to do 3 double crochet. So yarn over in the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. 2 more. Chain 2. Create another cluster. 3 double crochet. Now you should have 3. Here's a cluster and a corner. Here's a cluster and a corner, and then here's a cluster. We need 1 more. So chain 2 and do 3 double crochet again. Now you can pull that tail so you close the center. Now to close this round, there are 2 different ways. Some people like to close with a slip stitch. With this braided cord, I think it's a little bit too thick, so I like to create an invisible close. So chain 1, and then we're going to change our color, so you can clip your yarn. Go ahead and pull that cord through. We need to create a fake stitch, so the first stitch that runs horizontally is here. We had that chain, and then we have our first stitch. You're going to insert your hook from the back, pull your cord through, flip it over, and then insert your hook through the middle of that last chain and pull the yarn through. This piece can easily pull out, so you need to weave this cord under a few stitches in the back. You can use your hook or your darning needle. Now we're going to switch colors. There are these holes in the corners. That's where you want to switch and change colors. So take your new color, create a loop, and stick your hook through one of the corners. It doesn't matter which one. Pull up a loop, make sure you hold the tail so it stays secure, and chain 1. We're going to hide the tail behind our stitches. Now that we've already chained 1 to add the color, we're going to chain 2 more. This will act as our first double crochet, and in each corner we're going to create clusters. So we need 2 double crochet, yarn over, and you're going to insert your hook in this corner here. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. One more, yarn over insert in the corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. With this cord, it's thicker, so you need to slide your work over to the right so you can create more stitches on the side here. I just wiggle them over with your fingers. We made our first cluster, so we're going to chain 2, and we're going to create another cluster inside this same corner. 3 double crochet. Now we're moving to the next corner. We're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet in this corner. You'll do the same here and the same here. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and then 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet here. I'll meet you back and then I'll show you how to close this round. Now that you've finished your last cluster, we're going to change colors again. So we're going to close this off just like we did before. We need to chain 1, clip our cord, pull it through. Just like before, we had this first initial chain. Under the first stitch that runs horizontal, insert your hook from the back, pull the cord through, and we're going to create that V pattern. So right here in the center, it's the last chain that we created. I'm going to pull the cord through. Just like we did before, let's weave this in a couple times so it's nice and secure. That's the end of round 2. Go back to your lighter color, create a loop, You're going to add your color in one of the corners just like we did before. It doesn't matter which one. Pull up a loop. And chain one. Chain two more. In each corner, you're going to do just like you did before. You're going to create those clusters and chain two in between. So for this first corner, this chain is going to act like our first double crochet. We need two more. Your first cluster is done, so chain two, and now do 3 double crochet to create that corner. The next spot we're going to go is here in this hole. You need to create a cluster here. Just one. You only do 2 and chain 2 between on the corners. So for these center holes, you just create a cluster. And to do that, make 3 double crochet. Move to the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. We're back to one of the center holes. So you'll make 1 cluster, 3 double crochet stitches. In the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Center, 1 cluster. Corner, 2 with a chain 2. Center, 1 cluster. So you're going to repeat that all the way around. You'll put 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here. Make sure you chain 2 in your corners, and I'll meet you back and show you how to close. We're gonna do that invisible close again. We don't need to chain, make a chain here because we're not in a corner. So you can simply clip the yarn and pull it through. Under this first stitch here, insert your hook from the back. Pull the loop through. Insert your hook through the middle of that last stitch and pull that yarn through. Now you can weave this in the back. I'm just going to tuck it under this one stitch here for now, just to keep it tight. Now at this point you could switch colors again. That's totally up to you. I think I want to do one more round of white. I like to do these invisible closes because this braided cord it's very noticeable if you get off track with one little stitch. If you create a slip stitch and close it, it tends to pull the granny square to the right and it doesn't hold its nice square shape. So I still recommend doing that close even if you're not switching colors. If you're switching colors, you would do the same thing. You're going to create a loop. Always start in the corner. Pull a loop through. And chain one. We're going to chain two more. Hold on to that tail in the back. And because we are in one of the corners, we need to create two clusters with two chains between them. This first chain here is going to act like our first double crochet, so we need two more. We've made our first cluster, a chain two, and create 3 double crochet. So we created another corner here. Now this time we have 2 holes, the corners, 2 holes, a corner, 2, corner, 2. Just like we did before, you're going to create a cluster in each one of these holes here, and then in the corner you're going to create the 2 clusters with the chains between. So 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And you're going to repeat that process all the way around the granny square. We're going to switch colors and make the border. So go ahead and clip the cord. Pull that cord through. So insert your hook from the back. Pull the yarn through. Now flip your work around. And here, this last stitch that was created, I'm going to insert your hook through that. I like to go under both of those back loops and pull that yarn through. Now it's V's all the way across. You can take your darning needle and go ahead and weave that cord under a couple stitches so it stays secure. To create that border around the edge, go back to your color, create a loop, and this time, instead of starting in one of the corners, just start under any of the stitches around. We're done making clusters, so I'm going to start here. It doesn't matter. Under one of the stitches, make sure you insert your hook under both of those pieces of cord under that V. Pull up a loop. Hold on to that tail and chain one. We're going to create half double crochets just to give it a pretty border. And to do that, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all three. Make sure you hold your tail in the back so you can hide it behind this color. So again, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and now you have three on your hook, yarn over and pull through all three. You're going to do this all the way around. Now that you're to your corner, in this corner there are about 3 V's here. To make this border nice and thick and keep the square shaped correctly, add 3 half double crochet in each corner. So we're going to do 3 here. And then go back to doing 1 under each stitch. 3 in the corner, 1 under each stitch, 3 in the corner, 1 under each stitch, same thing. And then I'll meet you back here. After you've finished your last half double crochet, you can go ahead and clip your cord. Pull that cord through. We're going to go ahead and close this up. We're going to insert our hook behind that first stitch. just like we did before. Now on the back we have a mess. So just go ahead and clean up the back. Weave in any cords that you need to clip those tails that we crocheted around. And then I'll show you how to sew this up. Okay, I'll take a piece of whatever color you choose to sew this case up with. Go ahead and fold the granny square in half. It should line up pretty well. So add your cord to your darning needle. And I'm going to insert my cord here. And under each one of these bees, I'm just going to start. I'm not going to worry about the tail right now. I'm just going to weave my way under each of the center stitches. So let me show you a close-up here. I like the way that it leaves the white swirl around the edge. And then I'm going to take this cord run it under a few of these green stitches and then tie a knot. Now for the other end, make sure you use your darning needle. It makes it a little easier. And like I said, you can always turn this inside out and do it the correct way, but I don't like to go through all that, I guess. So I'm going to take this white cord here and I'm going to go in these white stitches and just tie a knot and tuck it down in the bottom. Thank you for crocheting this glasses case with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.